Hello and welcome to this week's Midweek Reflection. This is Father Michael Nasser coming to you from St. Nicholas in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And if you clicked on this video through our weekly email, the title of this section of the email is Refresh. And that's great because that's the theme I want to talk about today is refreshment. I will admit to you that I am really too cheap to too often buy concessions at the theater because I think it's crazy to pay like $7 for a Coke. But I will also confess that before the movie comes on, when they're showing you opening that Coke and the fountain coming in and it's nice and fizzy and the ice and you see the person drinking and it looks so refreshing that I'm often tempted to buy the drink. But I don't because it's crazy for $6 or $7 for a Coke. Anyway, refreshment is something that we all understand when we have it because it's just so good to be refreshed. Whether it is that nice ice-cold Coca-Cola on a summer day, or you're thirsty, you haven't a chance, you finally get your water and you drink and you feel refreshed. We are built to be refreshed. God designed us to work and then to rest, and to exert ourselves and then to be refreshed. On this feast of Theophany, today is Theophany, blessed feast to you all, one of the themes of the feast is refreshment, because God offers us real refreshment. What's the problem? The problem is that too often we look for refreshment in things that really aren't refreshing. A lot of the things that we do to quote-unquote relax are often things that are just escapes. We're trying to escape stress by going into a mind-numbing thing, whether we're just scrolling through Facebook post after Facebook post or news article after news article or whatever happens to be, or just, vegging out in front of the TV. Nothing wrong with real rest, but sometimes when we just escape, we're not really being refreshed. And that doesn't get into things that really are sinful, which is where a lot of us go without even realizing we're going for a refreshment, but finding that sin offers that promise that we always believe when we're tempted, but then it never delivers on that promise because sin isn't refreshing. Sin takes, it promises, but it never delivers. But God refreshes. And that's one of the themes of this feast, that when Christ is baptized in the Jordan, that he blesses those waters and then we are sprinkled with them, we drink them, we are refreshed. And that water is a symbol, which as Orthodox, that brings us together with the reality of something sacred. It's a symbol for God's refreshment. When we taste and take in that holy water, we can feel the refreshment that really in some ways isn't something that's a physical sensation. It's something much deeper than that. God refreshes us all the way to the core of our soul. And he refreshes us. He freshes us again. And so on this Feast of Theophany, I thought I would just bring out the idea of real refreshment is a great thing. It's designed by God in a world where we work, we encounter stress, all kinds of things, and then God gives us refreshment. So on this feast, let's remember that all the real refreshment, everything that really does freshes us again, comes from God. Things like prayer, silence, experiencing beauty, taking a walk out in nature, being in a church service. All the things that God gives us are really refreshing. Good people, good conversation with good people. All are great things. When we are so stressed that we're not careful about how we get our refreshment, whether we're looking for just pure escape or even into sinful things, we're not refreshed. And we ended up being more parched, more desperate, and then often more likely to look into the wrong things for refreshment. So on this beautiful day, on this feast, let us be refreshed by God himself, who seeks to refresh us all the time, and let's always look to him for the refreshment that he's offering us. As always, if you found this helpful, please share this with family or friends, and God bless you, and we'll see you in next week's reflection.